Hello, my name is Willoughby, and this is video 5 on voter education. One of the things that I believe we should teach kids at an early age that they are not born a Democrat, they're not born a Republican, they're not born a Libertarian, they are born an American if they're born here. If they're born in the United States, they're born American. And the constitutional and amendments, the First Amendment, is the first thing that we need to teach them to defend. Because the generation right now is not really defending our rights here. So let's teach the next generation how important that is. But the First Amendment is free speech. And that's the number one thing. Without it, you don't have anything. So that's why I work most. What I would like for the next generation to be taught is that anytime our First Amendment is being attacked in any way or any fashion in our cities, you should defend it at all costs. Because our First Amendment is the heart of the country, and you must defend it at all costs. Even so far as taking up arms if need be. It's that important. Because free speech is priceless. It's priceless. So, and without it, you don't got anything. So we can't stress it, and they're stressing that. The new school board has stressed that too, which I really appreciate it. But what I'd like to say now is that to some of the activist friends that are trying to protect us from these data centers, they would have a better chance getting a reply from that wall than they would from Mayor Parker. Good chance that wall would be a better chance. So, but here's the thing about free speech and why it's so important. We need groups that come down, as big as groups that come down and fight against the data center, and fight against environmental problems, and fight against so many things. We need them all to come down, or call, or demand Mayor Parker move the public comment from the bottom of the agenda to the top of the agenda. This will take an army to do it. She knows how important it is to keep us on the bottom. I know how important it is that she keeps us on the bottom. I'm afraid this generation doesn't understand how important it is not to be on the bottom. And let me explain why. If the group that was there the other night for the data center, if they would have been at the top of the agenda like all the other cities, and the school board, and the commissioners court were on top, they'd have leverage because they are seen, they are holding up everything. When you got 45 people signed up before we can get to the zoning cases, those developers don't want to sit around and wait that late. This, you're seeing, you're putting a bind on our council and mayor to do the right thing. So they don't want 45 people signing up early in front of all the zoning and everything else to be seeing this problem. Also, when you're at the top for the zoning cases, and you're at the top of the deal, people are tuning in to council that have never tuned in before, because 95% don't do their civic duty here until something affects them at home. So they're tuning in because of the car wash or the dance hall, whatever you want to call it, coming in, the saloon, coming in at the end of the street, something like that. They don't want their neighborhood or something like that. They're tuning in because that's on the agenda. It's on the zoning thing. So they're watching till that comes up to see what happens. While they're watching, if we're on top, you're seen. So what you're saying is exposed to everybody that's watching. That helps the group grow larger by sharing information. Maddie Parker knows that. They don't want anybody else. They don't want it. It's a leverage. I don't know how this president is stronger, but it's so important to move the comment from the bottom to the top of the agenda. And if we can't get people to understand how important that is, I mean, I'm just alone by looking at all the other cities and everybody else has it on top. It should be embarrassing in Fort Worth to be on the bottom. So we need everybody, these groups are doing, help these groups that are coming down to help protect your city. They're doing their civic duty. So everybody can pitch in and help, and it's real easy. Pick up the phone, call this number, demand Mayor Parker move the comment meeting from the bottom of the agenda to the top. Try to address issues in a broken system is not good. Correct the system first. We used to have 4 council meetings a month. If we have 4 council meetings a month now and put the comment meeting on top, the group that was down there about the data bank the other night would hands down blow council away because they'd be on top, everybody hears us, everybody sees them, they're getting exposed. They're not down at the bottom where no one hears them, where they got us in the cellar. That's one thing. 2, if you can come back and go 4 nights in a month, boom, 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 you make progress. And the mayor knows that. So she cut the council meetings down to 2 times a month to take that out, those booms down. Also, half the time through the season, we don't have but 1 council meeting a month. There's several months we don't even have 1, and there's none in July. So sometimes it's more like now, boom, boom, boom. And when it's working right, and we have 2 council meetings, and we go down there, then we're going like, boom, 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 boom. But when we had it before Mattie Parker, we were able to go down and go, boom, 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 and that gets a point across.